Welcome to the first episode of Sam Talks Cars. So essentially in this is a continuation of the series which I did, which was why is everyone selling their Mark 7 Golf R? And basically what I do is I take the comments from the previous episode and I discuss them in the video to kind of share with you all anything about cars. I mean, obviously I talk a lot about like VW Golf GTIs, Mark 8 Golf Rs, that kind of stuff. Porsche I kind of get into, and fast forwards. Those are my kind of stuff. But any questions you kind of have, comment, I'll answer them, discuss them with you guys in the community, and make sure you comment in today's video and I'll discuss them next week. But let's get straight on to the previous comments. Obviously this is part one, but I'm continuing off from the back of my previous series. And yeah, let's get into this first sort of episode of Sam Talks Cars. So first comment here. Hi Sam, enjoyed the Q&A. Nice to hear comments on your subscribers posts. Also the video with owners really informative. Love listening to anything golf or German manufactured cars. Keep up the good work, appreciate it. So that's a really nice comment there. Thank you so much, and thank you for everyone commenting there. Yeah, if you're not familiar with my channel, I do Q&As. There's another one next week. Just check out the playlist, click on Q&As. It just talks with owners who own the cars, it's real life experiences in these kind of things, and I really hope it's useful. I also combine that with a drive myself and kind of a bit of a review. So it gives you a good overview of the car, so I'm really glad you're enjoying it, and thank you for the comment. Next comment here, so do I get the new Golf R or get a Mark 7.5R? New Golf R is order only and waiting list. Looking at lease deals as tax is a joke, or would you just suggest the Club Sport instead? So thank you for the comment. Difficult choice. Having spent a bit of time in the Mark 7.5s recently, the GTI and the TCR, I'm actually driving a TCR Performance Pack tomorrow, which I'll share on the channel. I'm looking forward to that. It's short. We're running out of time to kind of enjoy these cars, and the waiting time for the Mark 8 Golf R is very long. And obviously the car is very expensive. It's double the price of most Mark 7Rs, to be honest with you. I would say test one out and see it. You can find a well looked after Mark 7R. I think go for it. Obviously you do pay the less tax in the UK. You're getting a great car. They're both great. Club Sports, if you're more into using it for a bit more fun. For me, the R is the more all-rounder. That's why I have a Mark 7R myself. I put my money where my mouth is ultimately. All great cars. Unfortunately, you're going to have to make up your own decision for that, but I wouldn't be disheartened if you went for a Mark 7, enjoy it for a couple of years, and then maybe get a Mark 8 after that. Mark 8s are only going to fall in value, whereas the Mark 7s have already they're not going to fall as much. So that difference should come closer. That would be my best advice there. So on to the next comment here. Just wanted to be in part 13. And I won't be parting my 3-door manual 7.5R anytime soon. So thank you for the comment. I've got 3-door manual Mark 7 and I love it. Just love it, to be honest with you. I'm going to do a fun drive this weekend actually and share it on the channel. Really looking forward to that. This isn't part 13, this is now part 1. STC, I'm thinking of calling it, Sam Talks Cars. Let me know what you think about that, but thank you for the comment. Next comment. Owned my stage 1 manual R for 4 weeks now, love it. Sometimes I worry about losing money on it as it looks like I bought at a bad time, but I'm just enjoying putting the miles on it at the minute. Thank you for the comment. Great car, stage 1. I drove a Club Sport 40th, which was a stage 1. It can take the power. I'd be careful with the clutch. That'd be the one thing, and particularly in the Haldex system for an R. Obviously I was driving a front wheel drive Club Sport. It's absolutely fine on stage 1. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Money wise, I do share car market information on this channel, and I try to help you out as best as I can. Unfortunately, with cars and with a passion, you will lose money. You will lose money on cars. You've just got to go in with a mindset, I'm happy to lose £5,000, I'm happy to lose £6,000. You have to say that to yourself. That's the best way that I kind of look at it from a money perspective. But what I kind of say to people is, there's a way to lose not as much money. For example, my car, over the 4.5 years and 35,000 miles, has actually only cost me about 4.5 grand. And I'd say the value that I've got out of it has been far more than that. So to me, it barely cost me a penny. Obviously I do things a little bit different. I'm not massively into finance and stuff. I'll buy it outright and enjoy it like that. I don't want to pay the interest personally. And that's just my personal circumstance, and that's what I enjoy. If you are getting worried about sort of like the money sort of side of things, have a holistic overview of what you really, really want. That's the one thing. Buying at the right time, I actually am staggered by the car market, and stay tuned to next month when I kind of do an overview of the prices of hot hatches and stuff like that. I also share Shmee 150's collection as well, just to give you an idea of where the market is for sort of higher up cars, I guess. I think it's only going to go up for used cars. I look at what's kind of going on in the world, and you know, they're not making petrol cars as much as they used to. The demand isn't there. There's issues with the supply, the computer chips supply. You know, it's a really tricky time. I think in 2022, I don't think you're going to lose a ton of money on your car. If anything, it might even start creeping up again, which is staggering. So don't worry too much and just enjoy the car. That's the main thing. I just enjoy it, and that's the great stuff. So yeah, thanks for the comment there. Next comment, my 2018 Mark 7.5 peaked in price about a month ago. Having owned it since March 2021, at one point it was worth 2k more than I paid for it. Now it's 1k below than which I paid. I wonder if the petrol panic and current crazy petrol prices has reduced demand. Saturday evening I paid £1.63 a litre for V-Power. It certainly makes one consider whether to make a journey or not at those prices. Great, you've got a fantastic car, you know, congratulations there. I haven't actually driven a Mark 7.5 Golf R. So if you would like to get in touch, not necessarily this owner, just anyone, just reach out to me, DM me on Instagram, or just drop me an email, and I'd love to do a feature on it. I've driven a few 7.5s recently, but never an R. Driven obviously my manual Mark 7R, but never a 7.5, so just interested to see what that's like, particularly in DSG as well. Don't worry too much about the price. I know you might say it's now worth 1k less than I paid for it, but you've owned the car for most of the year. So for £1,000, it's nothing. Let's just be honest. As I said, November, December, January, historically, car prices should be rock bottom. No one wants to spend a lot of money on a high ticket item. So don't worry too much. £1.63 is ridiculous. It's got so expensive around where I live. We had queues, you know, it took hours to fill up fuel, and we had the fuel crisis. I've actually resorted in, unfortunately, putting in 95 just because it's too expensive. It's way too expensive. Yeah, okay, I'll resort back to putting Tesco 99 in again, and you know, experimenting with like BP Ultimate and Shell V-Power. But yeah, I have a price on what I'll pay. Fortunately, I don't commute to work anymore. I work from home. But when I have fun in a car, you know, you've got to have a balance. Petrol prices, they've upped it because they want to get the tax out of us, which is a bit of a shame to obviously pay for everything. Yeah, 163 is really expensive. So yeah, it does make you question things. So make sure you enjoy your journey. Make sure you have some fun drives in it. So thanks for the comment. Next one, I cannot wait for your TCR reviews. I own a pure grey TCR with the performance pack and titanium exhaust and love it. I bought it nearly 2 years ago in January when prices were low on a month. And a month ago I could have got £2,500 more than I paid for it from WeBack. But now the price has dropped to what I paid for it. But I tend to keep it. This may be my last petrol car. I wish VW had fitted the TCR with the Club Sport rear spoiler and the bucket seats, but it's still one of the best Golfs in my opinion. So yes, if you haven't checked out my TCR sort of series recently, check it out. There's a playlist just on them all. Obviously I've got future videos as well to come with the performance pack, similar to this owner's car. Yeah, it's a great car. Really blew me away to a point where I was like, and I'm still sort of thinking, possibly the best road car I've driven this year. Which says a lot because I've driven a lot of cars this year, as you can see from my first drives on the channel. Yeah, on the looks wise, it's interesting actually. I quite liked it with not as a bigger spoiler, and the seats didn't bother me as much as I thought. I mean, obviously it was only a couple of weeks ago I was in the 40th, which had Mark 7 40th, which had the full buckets, and as great as they were, in terms of supportiveness, the TCR seats were fine. They were actually really well bolstered. They felt slightly better bolstered than my R actually. And money wise, yeah, you've lost no money over 2 years. You've had a great car, win-win. And the thing is, don't think about getting out. I know you haven't mentioned this in the comment. Don't think about getting out and waiting for the prices to drop again. I just don't think it's going to happen. Cars for around sort of the £20,000-30,000 mark, they're bargains when you look at today's prices. I've shown you RS3s going for like 80 grand. You know, Golf R's not that far behind in terms of performance and a package. So that's where I'm at. But great car. Yeah, yeah, brilliant. Thank you for the comment. Next comment, I agree with you in that this bubble won't burst. I've been looking at getting a late S3 AP Black Edition since May, and with the way things are going, I'm hoping to get one early in the new year. Hopefully prices will be at their lowest given the current climate, and will be sticking with my A3 for the time being. I'm also considering what else I could buy. The fact that days of the combustion engine car are numbered, I'm thinking it is worth getting something newer like your 7R 3-door manual, or maybe a bigger engine like a car like an S5. Love the videos. Thank you for the comment. Yeah, I don't think this bubble is going to burst because of its supply and demand. Simple as that. You know, more and more people are sort of passing their tests and stuff. More and more people are potentially even coming into more money and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to stop. I think people know it's like, you know, we've all experienced something crazy in the last sort of 2 years, and people want to enjoy life, don't they? So yeah, and as a result of that, and result of supply issues, it's difficult times for cars, particularly when you actually need a car for doing things. S3, that'd be cool to try. I don't know what an 8P Black Edition is. I don't know if that's the latest S3 or not, but still really cool. 3-door manual Mark 7, I could recommend strongly, really strongly, love it. Audi S5, V8, probably if you went for the V8 version, probably a little bit too tough on fuel and stuff, and also it's a big heavy car, but I am a fan. But yeah, that's where I would go. Thank you for supporting the videos as well. Next comment: hey Sam, thinking of selling my Mark 7 GTD at the new year. Bought it for 10k a year ago. Now looks like this one would go for 12k, and buy a Mark 7 Golf R. Had one before and was a write-off sadly. 60k miles, full service levers, DSG for 17,500 back in June 2020, but now they go for around 19 grand. I'm thinking it's all relative, so me selling my GTD now and buying an R wouldn't really impact the purchase price. Thoughts? Mark 7 GTD, good car, depends what you use it for. If you're just commuting up and down the motorway, probably worth just sticking with the GTD, if I'm perfectly honest with you, because you're going to get the economy. You're quite right, even if you get more money for your current car, you're only going to be paying more money for the next car. Sorry to hear that your car got written off as well before. I can recommend the Mark 7R because it's great. I have one, and I would say go for it. I mean, for 20 grand for like my car, I own mine 3 months old, so it's basically a one owner, give or take, and it's worth 20 grand. I'd just bite someone's hand off for that car for 20 grand. It does everything. It's not compromised as a car. That's the big thing. Have loads of fun in it, but it's not compromised as a car. You know, you can't say that about any other real hot hatch out there. You really can't. Yeah, so that's what I would say. But if you're just sitting on the motorway, it's not worth it. Depends how you're driving the car. Thank you for the comment. Next comment, lots of comments on this one. Yes, really agree with you. I think new electric R brand would be good, but not as good as the internal combustion engine side. What are your thoughts? Cheers, Sam. I am slowly becoming more open to electric cars, and actually this week I was thinking more about the electric Cayman and thinking about how that could work as like a side electric car. I still think ICEs, that they're just going to be still important, particularly for bigger cars if you've got a family. But if you just want to have fun in a car, which is a big part of what I enjoy cars for, on the weekend or something like that, maybe it could work. I'm certainly got an open mind. You know, you just have to adapt to changing times. You know, we have to get on with it. This is what's happening. So yeah, let's just enjoy what we have now, and accept the fact that the future's coming. And if we love cars, we'll love them with electric engines. Thanks for the comment. Sam, what do you think about the i30N? Would you want to order manuals or 8-speed DCT with newer tech? I haven't driven the i30N. If someone's got a Hyundai, they would like me to try out the i30N and the i20N, again, reach out to me, DM me on Instagram. But it's not really my main sort of car. I would be pushing for a manual all day long, personally. That's just where I am on that. I think Hyundai is not like renowned for, although it's a dual clutch. I'd have to try them back to back. Difficult, but hot hatch. i30Ns are what, 270, 280 brake? That's probably on the limit. I'd probably enjoy it more in a manual. That's just my advice. Next comment, one reason why low mileage 7.5 GTI performance manuals or automatics are quite pricey is that they came loaded with lots of kits like reverse camera, hydraulic bonnet strut, real buttons, and nice finish that is simply not there on standard on the Mark 8. Even the new Audi RS3 does not have a reverse camera as standard. Someone replied to that, as is the DSG 7.5 Performance owner myself, yeah, I agree with you. In my opinion, it's the best 7.5, and to be honest, might be one of the best Golfs in the long run. Just wish mine bought second hand from Volkswagen, had Dyne audio and pan roof, but hey-o. Dyne audio is really good, by the way, I heard that. Pan roof, yeah, take it or leave it, really. Good question, thank you for commenting as well, and I've seen your comments. You know, thank you for everyone who comments and gets involved in the channel. It's a community channel. If you don't comment, then you can comment in this video as well, and obviously I will discuss them next week on Monday evenings. There you go, get that all in. Having just driven a 7.5 GTI performance pack, so you'll see videos on that next week. That was really good. Good point about the kit, it did come loaded. I was really surprised. Reversing camera looked really good. But I also would add to that GTIs have more of a historic name to them, and I see them all the time, and I think they're really well sought after, which is why they hold their money more. It was actually one of the reasons why I didn't go for a GTI and I went for an R, because my R was actually cheaper and it made more sense. 4-wheel drive, 300 horsepower. It was a no-brainer in the end, and I'm glad I got it. Yeah, is it one of the best Golfs ever? One of the best Golfs in the long run? I think it could be the Mark 7s. I think you'll look back on them from 2013 to 2020 they ran. Yeah, anything you like about a Mark 8 Golf R or Golf GTI, it's all down to the 7s. It's still the same platform. Yeah, I think they're great. I think they're fantastic, but really good points about the standard kit bumping up the price. So thank you for the comments there. Again, please comment in today's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. This is technically episode 1 of sort of like my new little series to continue on from this, and I hope to help you guys out. It's a community channel, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it.